Hey guys, what is going on? It is Anthony DeFilio here, back again with another video, and today we're going to be checking out the Crab Marcus 100-watt amplifier from Crab Effects in Ukraine. Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into today's video today. I'm not going to go into an introduction about myself because we have a lot to talk about, we have a lot to get through today, and we're here to review an awesome amplifier. So if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. We're getting close to my first 1,000 subscribers, which will be a huge milestone for me. So if you wouldn't mind supporting the channel, be sure to subscribe, leave a comment, like, share this with all your friends and family. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all my returning subscribers that even come back to keep watching my videos. So without further ado, we're gonna review this Crab Marcus, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think of it. So before we get into specs and features about this amplifier, I do wanna give an introduction about Crab Effects. So Crab Effects, for those that are unaware, is a one-man operation founded by Serhiy Karpenko out in Ukraine. He started out his company by building guitar pedals in 2013, from like overdrive pedals to, chorus effects and all sorts of stuff. And then came 2020, years later, he started building clones of legendary amplifiers. And honestly, he does a fantastic job. He's got such a wide selection of amps to choose from. And what's really cool is you can pick your own color Tolex and chassis of what he offers. And he usually offers like 50 or 100-watt versions for most of his amps. He even builds lunchbox size amps for the circuitries that he does offer. And he does it for such an unbeatable price, which we will talk about later. In terms of features with this amplifier, we have two modes with a channel and a half. We have a clean, and we also have a high gain channel. We also have a 5-band graphic EQ. We also have an EQ on, a deep, a drive on. We also have a bright. We also have a built-in boost. We also have a shift and another shift and another bright, just like a Mark IIC Plus would. And what's also really cool about this 100-watt amp is it's lighter compared to most 100-watt tube amps, and it's all tube, no solid state here. And what's also really cool is you have a serial effects loop, as well as a Class A and simulclass switch here on the back, as well as a C++ and Mark III switch on the back. I'm absolutely impressed by this amplifier. From the clean tones, from the dirty tones, from the crunch sounds. I mean, it sounds incredible. The lead tones just sing at you. I can go on and on. That being said, we're just gonna go right into the pros and cons here. The first pro I wanna talk about on this amplifier is the price. The price on this amp is undeniably good. It's honestly like unbelievable for what you're getting. I mean, to even have this shipped over from Ukraine to the US at the price that he asks for plus shipping, it's more than reasonable. I mean, it's like what, under $900, under $1,000, depending on, the economy and the exchange rate. It's just crazy to me because this amp is actually built really well too, and that's another pro. I'm super satisfied with the tones, from the clean sounds to the distorted sounds to the crunch. Like, even just playing lead lines, it just glides through your fingertips. It's got such a nice tone to it. It's really awesome, and it's super versatile. I mean, the circuitry is spot on to a true Mark IIC Plus. It really, it absolutely has the DNA and character of a Mesa Boogie Mark amp for like under $1,000 shipped, which is unbelievable. I could go on and on about that. And the other pro too is that you could pick your Tolex as well as the color of your chassis, which is really awesome. I went with the mirror chrome and a black Tolex just because I wanted that like modern metal, almost stealthy kind of look. It blew my expectations away because when it arrived, like, I was not expecting it to look like this at all. But once it did arrive, like, the Tolex just felt amazing. It still does, obviously. And like the mirror chrome chassis, pictures and on camera, the mirror chrome does not do it justice with the lighting here. But like, when you see the chassis color and how it looks in person, it looks way better in person. So if I'm not best capturing it on camera, my apologies on it. It's very hard to capture it with the lighting here, but it looks absolutely amazing. And just the overall layout, I mean, it's also lighter compared to most 100-watt amps. You also have a serial effects loop. You get a C++ as well as a Mark III mode on the back, which is really awesome. And you also get the Simulclass and Class A switch like you would on an actual Mesa Boogie branded Mark IIC Plus as well. And you're getting 100 watts. I mean, what more can you ask for at this price? It's absolutely unbeatable, and it's all tube. No solid state here, and you even get the graphic EQ and everything, as well as all the features that a Mark IIC Plus would have. Oh yeah, and don't forget, another pro I forgot to mention is it also comes with the foot switch. And what's really cool about this foot switch is it even is branded with his logo on it. Trying to get it to focus here, but I might have to zoom in here. But honestly, it actually looks really amazing because it has the crab logo as well as the button for the boost and for the lead channel, which is your distorted channel. It has the crab logo made in Ukraine with the Ukrainian flag right there, which I think is really cool. And the foot switch is actually built really well. I really think Crab Effects is upping their game because I remember watching Tone Wars' review of his Crab Marcus and his demo of it, which is an awesome video. And that's what sold me on getting a Crab Marcus because I'm a massive John Petrucci fan. I mean, a lot of you guys know. And his foot switch did not have any branding on it at all. It was just a no-name black foot switch with just the same two buttons. But now Crab is just upping his game. Sir, he is getting better and better at his craft, and I absolutely believe in his craft. He does an impeccable job at building these things as well as giving it to customers for such an undeniably good price. So yeah, the fact that it comes with a foot switch is really awesome as well. So the first con I do want to talk about is there is a bit of a wait time. It is like a 2 to 3 month wait depending on what time you order and what his workload is like. So whatever you do, if you do want to get this amp, make sure you get on the waiting list as fast as possible because I had to wait at least 3 months for it to go through with him building it, taking my deposit, and it going through customs and then arriving to my house. So if you are gonna grab one of these, or grab any crab for that matter, just make sure that you are okay with waiting for 3 months, because he has to build it. He also has other clients that hire him to build some of his other amps, but it is absolutely worth the wait, so do not let that deter you. Now, this second con that I want to speak about, I don't know if it's because I'm in the USA and he's in Ukraine, but this also did not come with a power cord. So when I had to plug this thing in, I literally had to use my dual rectifier plug that was detachable from that and plug it into the slot over here. Now, is it a big deal? No, not at all. And I could always buy another cord specifically for this amp if I don't want to keep using that one. And for the price, it's still unbeatable. The other con that I do want to talk about is the fact that even though this amp comes with a foot switch, it does not come with the TRS cable that the foot switch requires. So if you are going to buy this amp, make sure that you have a TRS cable that's laying around, or buy a TRS cable while your amp is being built, so you are well prepared for both this and the cable on the back. I just want you guys to be aware, and don't let that deter you from this amp at all. I also want to say that I don't think that these are deal breakers, and I don't think he was necessarily, at least for the power cord, I don't think he was doing it to necessarily jip his customers or anything. I really think it has more so to do with the fact that he's in Europe and they use a different plug-in current than we do here in the USA, where the electricity is different, as you guys know. So just be wary of that. Prepare yourself if you are on the waiting list and you are thinking about buying one of these things. Get yourself a good power cord and get yourself a TRS cable. You'll be good to go and you'll be locked and loaded. And like I said, it's no big deal. Just only splitting hairs for you guys so you're prepared on what to do. So when your crab Marcus arrives, you'll be ready to go and you'll be able to plug and play and test it out. Because if I had not have that cable, I would not be able to test my amp probably until I found one at the store. So just keep all that in mind. And yeah, I still think it's a great deal either which way. The last con really I wanted to talk about, well, actually 2 more cons I wanted to talk about is there may be price increases when it comes to his amps in the future because of the new tariffs that are going to be going into effect. So if you are here in America, there's going to be, regardless of the value of what it's placed under, whether it's under $800 or not, there's still going to be like a 10% tariff. So you may have to pay a little bit more than what I paid for mine because of the new tariff rules that are going into effect. Now, does that really make a massive difference in the price? I don't think it will. I still think it's an amazing deal, an amazing product, and I think it's still worth every penny because I actually want to buy one of his other amps. But it is something that I do got to point out just so you guys are wary when it goes through customs and all that, that you may have to pay a tariff. I'm not 100% certain, but there may be a customs fee now. That being said, the other con I also want to talk about too is that there is no back cover. Now, this is not a big deal. Other people have talked about this too, in which if you are going to be plugging this thing in and stuff, just be wary and be careful that you don't touch the tubes in the back as you're plugging it in, or just make sure you plug it in and don't turn it on before doing so, because I don't want anyone to get their hands burnt off or anything like that from the tubes while it's on. I mean, I know a lot of this is common sense, but if you are going to buy one of these, just be wary that there is no back cover. You could install one. I don't know why he didn't include one on the back. I do think that would be something for the future that he could do, but I do believe Crab Effects, as a relatively new company, is getting better and better, and I don't see this as a deal breaker at all. I think, you know, he's growing tremendously as a company, and I truly believe in his products. I'm only pointing these things out just so you're aware of these things and to make sure that you know what you're in for, because honestly, this is an awesome amp, and I don't think anyone should sleep on it. So before I give my final thoughts, most of you guys are probably going to ask in the comments, is this a legitimate Mark IIC Plus in terms of the tone, the feel, and the circuitry? Honestly, if I'm being completely truthful with you guys, I can't say for sure because I've never actually physically tried an actual Mesa Boogie branded Mark IIC Plus. on like the chassis if we're gonna go into specifics. The closest I've ever tried to a true Mark IIc Plus is the JP2C and a Mark IV. Now, those are different beasts if we wanna, be cork sniffers about it. But I will say this. I have talked to people that have played through a true Mark IIc Plus. And I know people that own one as well as have owned or played through the Crab Marcus. And I even talked to somebody specifically who actually did a shootout, a personal shootout, it's not on YouTube or anything, between the Crab Marcus, the Mark VII with the 2C Plus circuit mode on, and the Mark IIc Plus reissue with all the tolerances and where they would lie. Because I mean, different amps and even with the same circuitry are gonna have like, the tolerances are gonna be different despite maybe being the same amp or maybe not, right? So he did that with his friend, and this is someone I trust his opinions on. I'm just keeping his name anonymous. And he told me that literally in the room, just blind, they couldn't tell the difference between the Mark IIc Plus reissue and the Crab Marcus and the Mark VII. It was unbelievable. So if I'm taking his word for it, which I do trust his opinion and his intuition on stuff, I would absolutely say that this has got to be a Mark IIc Plus, because from the feel alone, even though I haven't tried a Mark IIc Plus from Mesa Boogie, I can say that it has that Mesa Boogie Mark feel, like exact feel, except, it's a Mark IIc Plus, at least based on that. And in terms of sound, I can absolutely say it absolutely sounds like a Mark IIc Plus in the room. Like, I am 100% satisfied. I'm able to get the crushing Dream Theater, Metallica, 80s type of sounds with this. The clean sounds are amazing. It is a Mark IIc Plus in my eyes. Now, that is just my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. But let's say there is a difference, right? For how much this retails for when you buy it from Crab Effects versus when you buy the Mark IIc Plus reissue, I mean, let's say there is a splitting hair difference of less than 1%. Are you gonna really pay $2,700 or almost $3,000 more for a negligible difference that's barely even noticeable? I don't think I would, personally. Because at the end of the day, if it's the exact same circuitry, and if I have to eat my words on this, I will, but if it's the exact same circuitry as the Mark IIc Plus from Mesa Boogie, just made by someone else, literally from top to bottom, then I say absolutely go for this. And that being said, I'm giving this amp a 10 out of 10 guitar picks. This amp is 100% legit, my friends. From all the other people that have reviewed it, and now since mine came all the way from Ukraine here, I'm 100% satisfied with the build quality, the sound quality, the overall response, the versatility. It's easy to hook up, easy to use. I absolutely love it. And I think if you are a fan of Dream Theater, Metallica, Prince, or any of the 80s type of stuff that has used the Mark IIc Plus, you will 100% be satisfied with this, and it's worth every penny, and it is absolutely worth the wait. So while you're at it, get on the waiting list, message Serhiy Karpenko on Instagram or Facebook, and do not look further, because you'll be saving a ton of money by getting this, and you'll be getting a lot of the same results. That being said, I'm Anthony DeFilio. I thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video. Take care.